Well, Brigham Young University announces some changes today to the Honor Code. This update removes a section on same-sex dating and displays of affection. Now, the rule previously stated that all forms of homosexual behavior were inappropriate and violated the school's code of conduct. Well, that section was taken out, and now the Honor Code requires all students to abstain from any sexual relations outside of marriage between a man and a woman. There was some confusion, though, among students on what this change actually meant for dating and also public displays of affection. BYU released a series of tweets today saying the principles of the Honor Code remain the same. Since dating means different things to different people, the Honor Code says they will now work with students individually. Now, the change affects all church-owned universities. A lot of students talking about this, taking to social media to voice their opinion. And right now with us on the phone, we have gay BYU student Calvin Burke. Calvin, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you talking to us today about this.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here.
And we want to just jump right into this. You saw the change. What was your reaction to this? And what does this change mean for you personally as a junior there at BYU?
Man, I mean, I was actually just leaving a meeting with a professor at the time that I looked at my phone, and my phone had been vibrating in my pocket when I was talking to him. But looking at my text, I was like, holy cow. I gotten a number from people who talked about the Honor Code office changes, and this was something I think it was super surprising to a lot of folks. It caught people totally off guard. I don't think anybody, at least nobody I knew, was anticipating this change at all.
Sure. And when you say surprising, I know there's been a lot of headlines with the Honor Code office. I'm sure you've been following that. What is surprising about this change?
I guess it just kind of, we've been working with administration and talking about the experiences of LGBTQ students here at BYU, but I guess there hadn't been any kind of any kind of prior announcement that there would be a change with the Honor Code. I mean, I think everybody was kind of paying attention mostly to the handbook coming out or anything like that. But it seemed like a welcome surprise. The more that I thought about it, the more it just kind of made sense with some of the conversations that we've been having here at BYU.
And how does this change impact you personally? You don't have to share details if you don't want to, but maybe give us an example of what this means for you as a student with this change now on campus.
Oh man, well, it's huge. Our administration's been really working to follow the counsel that President M. Russell Ballard gave to us back in November of 2018 to listen to and understand what our LGBTQ siblings here at BYU and in the church are feeling and experiencing, and do better at making it a place that can be a spiritual home for them. And I see a step like this, to eliminate that clause and bring it totally in line with the doctrine and current policies of the church is wonderful. I know before with the past Honor Code that was so vague, people could be punished for, there was the fear that people could be punished for things like even just hugging your roommate, that's the same of your same sex, or something like that. And so taking that pressure off and saying, taking that clause out of the Honor Code and saying we're just going to hold gay students and straight students to the same standards, and following the law of chastity, it takes that pressure and that fear off of so many LGBTQ students. And I'm deeply, I love our church and I love our university, and so it definitely is it seems like a wonderful step to make BYU a safer place. I think the thing that I think people are, and this is the feeling a lot of my friends share today that we've talked about, is where we don't understand, some of the clarification that was offered by BYU on Twitter last night seemed a little bit vague in terms of how enforcement will go. So I think we're all kind of waiting for clarification about what that means.
So still a lot of questions for you guys. I want to end with one last question for you. Do you think more changes need to be made at the campus, or do you think this will be enough?
I think this is a great step. I think we should always be continually in a dialogue, particularly with especially our transgender students who have, I think we still have a ways to go to understand and to help them and to make sure that BYU is a safe place for them, and also just clarifying completely what and how enforcement of this new Honor Code will work. I think we definitely still have a lot of things to cover here, but we're here. We have wonderful administration, wonderful student body, and I'm very optimistic about the future.
Calvin, thank you so much for joining us, giving us your perspective. We're going to have to check in with you because, again, like you said, looking forward to more clarification on this. We appreciate it.